Greetings everybody, this is Stormy with the capital Z, and today I am coming at you with a game from the Gym Newbie League, and it is going to be Undead vs Undead on Twisted Meadows. So introducing the players. On the top position, top left side, we have Mystrii spawning as the red undead player, and he is opening up with altar first. Against Mystrii we have Mawa or Qeenon, if you guys must be aware of this player. She is spawning as the blue undead at the bottom left, and she's also opening up with the hero first build order, as we can see. So this matchup is a part of the Gym Newbie League week number 4. Had some disconnection problems on that one, so what I'm basically right now doing is re-recording it because quality matters and some things just must be done as they must be done. Scout Acolyte being trained for Mystrii. It's going to put down that Tomb of Relics and go out for its purpose. The scout for Mawa is already ready and going towards the right side, the location right across the map toward the right of Mawa. And Mystrii is actually going to have a lucky guess in this, or rather lucky position. I'm not exactly sure whether players tend to do it in a chronological order. The scouting is what I mean. We got Death Knight coming in for Mawa and Lich coming in for Mystrii, so the game is already interesting. It is not going to be standard undead versus standard undead, as what we see here. And yeah, by the way, Mystrii over here, he got up the hill, he detected the blight. Now what he does is that instead of going into the base and making the undead know that he is indeed on the top, he comes in from the other side. Now he comes in from the other side, he goes in the base with that acolyte and is trying to be super annoying. Now this happens over here to Mawa. The thing is, Mawa is under the impression that Mystrii is probably right, and Mawa already scouted this area. She detected Mystrii is not there, so she figured he may be top because this would be the order of coming. But this is a really good move there by Mystrii, as he sent Acolyte up here, detected the blight, sent it all the way across. That kind of caused a momentary distraction, and well, whether the scout Acolyte of Mawa was lost to just not paying attention of that is also unknown at this point. But yes, it is a very good move in case the player is known to these things, as we have Mystrii creeping that green camp and going in with some number of ghouls and the skeleton rod of necromancy. We see the Death Knight of Mawa coming back in to defend the base. It has Death Coil, will be able to heal away those ghouls. Gonna have to be real careful. You don't want to lose your ghouls and this one. And oh, I'm gonna say you don't want to lose your acolytes, and that's exactly what's happening. Death Coil on that one acolyte saved it, and oh, this acolyte is stuck. That acolyte is taken out. And one more acolyte is being targeted. It gets taken out. 2 acolytes down. A few acolytes are in production. Mawa pulling away all of the acolytes, and I believe one was produced during this whole battle. There are a lot of skeleton warriors inside that fight, and skeleton warriors versus skeleton warriors over here. What we can see. Oh, this fiend is about to be taken out. The death coil was launched, but was not able to make it in time to heal the fiend. This is looking super good for Mystrii, and Mawa is going to stagger a lot right after this fight. And one more acolyte down. I think this was the 4th one. Mawa was most timely in training the acolyte from the necropolis though, and one more acolyte being taken out. So I think there's like 4 or 5 acolytes being taken out. You have your value, you can use your TP, go back home. You have done good damage to your enemy today, and the next push that you go with may very well be the last one, the way you have crumbled your enemy. So Mystrii is right now almost 50% complete for tier 2. Mawa has not started yet. The reason being this very early surprise push. Now one more thing that I would like to point out in this one would be that the scout acolyte did not reach Mystrii's base for Mawa. That did not give away the hero. that is also very, very necessary. Although Masha was there back at the base with the Death Knight, there was little she could do during that hour. And oh, nicely done there by Mystrii. That weak ghoul was about to be killed by the blue army, blue undead. But Mystrii sacrificing that ghoul using Dark Ritual on it as the second spell for the Lich. There is a Ritual Dagger. This healing effect is of the Ritual Dagger, of course. And gotta be careful. Actually, I kind of forgot about the description of the Ritual Dagger. I'm gonna have to pull it up and read it. From what I remember, it actually heals away some units after it basically kills another one. And oh, Frost Nova and surrounded. Death Coil, but this one will not escape. So that fiend got taken out. I mean, Masha is suffering huge damage over here. That Lich is super weak, but there will be no Death Coil to try and kill the Lich. Death Knight is following it though! Lich will manage to escape most likely, unless and until it bumps into a tree or its own unit or something. It does have 85 HP, a little it will survive, and this one fiend is pretty low, but will manage to escape as well. Lich for Mystrii back to the base, probably. I guess he could summon a skeleton and use that Ritual Dagger. Okay, reading the description now. Sacrifices a friendly undead unit to regenerate 125 hit points to all friendly non-mechanical units around it over 45 seconds. So basically, what you gotta do is have a skeleton warrior in the middle, surround it with ghouls, and then and your hero and everything, and then just use the Ritual Dagger. And there we go. There's the Ritual Dagger effect. This is the new unit which was introduced not too long ago. I believe this was introduced like last year or something. I don't know. I don't exactly remember when. So we got both of the players creeping out their respective orange camps. The Knoll camp with Knoll Overseer and Knoll Warden. They will be doing this rather easily without any kind of hesitation. But I would say over here that Masha should be careful with that Death Knight. You only got like 100 HP left on that, and if you were to get engaged in such a situation, the Frost Nova and the Surround can definitely kill you. You do have the TP though. Level 2 on the Death Knight, 200 HP now, nearly. And here comes the army of Mystrii. It appears that Mystrii wants to pick up this creep camp as well. Death Knight is ready for Mystrii. Here comes the Death Knight. The female Death Knight with purple lipstick. I don't know what kind of questionable decision, but enough of that. We got a Jack over here by Masha, managing to kill one of the creeps and steal the experience from that. Won't be any more, or will there be? She's still in there. Skeleton Warrior is going to try and pressure the ghoul. No, the ghoul is weak. They should attack the ghoul. Ghoul dead. I'm not sure whether that was killed by Mystrii or Masha though, or the creeps. But nonetheless, Mystrii did lose like one ghoul over there, and actually lost a number of ghouls. Death Coil on the Lich, and right now both heroes creeping over here together. This is something I don't really like that players too tend to do, but I guess under pressure you just can't do everything together. Now you definitely want to level up your Death Knight first. In this scenario, you want to keep your Lich behind. It's debatable, but if the Death Knight was level 2, you would have had Unholy Aura by now. And that would have been super useful. And yes, now you can see as I just left the game over here, what happened during the game was I desync. That's what happened. Anyways, we're gonna go back to this fight. We had a Skeleton Warrior coming in, probably belonging to Masha? I don't know. I did not see it on the minimap. You guys can go back into the replay and check that up. One of the players did scout out this location with a Skeleton Warrior, and that got picked off by the creeps. We got a Pit Lord being trained by Mystrii. Pit Lord is a bulky hero, and Mystrii going in for some creeping at this orange camp. Now Masha creeping at the Goblin Lab camp, has the Lich ready, and he creeping with all the heroes. Of course, you do want to level up your Death Knight to up to level 3 at least before you can leave the Lich for the experience and all. And there is a slight lag over here. I'm gonna have to check up with that. I mean, the performance of Warcraft 3 Classic has been far better after Reforged for me. it had been staggering like really bad during post 1.30 or something. I think 1.31. Yeah, it was really terrible for him. But ever since 1.32, that was ever since after Reforged, the performance of Classic improved for me. So we got Masha going to creep out this natural expansion location, which is debatable as to would you consider this Masha's natural or Mystrii's natural, because this is straight ahead of your base, and the one beside you, this one is kinda, you have to like go around the waters. Level 3 on the Death Knight, that is good. Let's just cover up over the heroes and items a bit. Masha currently having a Death Knight with level 3, a Lich with 2.3 level, and a Scout Acolyte gonna be picked up over there. Masha's currently having a Rune Bracer. That's actually a very good item. The Frost Nova will not be all that effective anymore. So Masha does have that Rune Bracer. And going to the Lich. Lich has a class of attack. I believe it's +6. Oh, it's actually +9, which is actually pretty good. Leaving behind the Skeleton Warrior. Now, this is something that you want to do. If you leave behind your Skeleton Warrior, it's gonna stay there, and of course, it's gonna act as a scout for until it's not gonna time out. Sometimes you may lose it, which is rather unfortunate, but most of the time it is just good to just even lose it in such a scenario, because the scout information is just so valuable. Coming over to Mystrii's heroes, the first hero is Lich at levels 3.7 and has a good stack of items. If we're going over the items, it's Mantle of Intelligence, Boots of Quel'Tha Loss, a big heal potion, Boots of Speed, and the Orb of Corruption. No claws though. I guess he wasn't lucky enough to get any claws from any kind of picks. And what do we have here? Oh, backpack being researched. So the ghoul brought in Rod of Necromancy for the Death Knight. Death Knight is having Lion Horn of Stormwind. That basically gives the Death Knight Devotion Aura. So you have Unholy Aura plus Devotion Aura. And Masha is in a really tight spot right now, trying to expand over here. Oh, Masha tried to expand in this location. The red camp did kill the majority of the creeps over there, but was forced to TP back to the base because of Mystrii's pressure. And she will lose this base, or just gonna have to cancel it. Yeah, exactly. And will this Acolyte survive? I guess not, which is a sad thing. So the Acolyte will not stay there. Mystrii went into this location. I guess he wanted to creep around or something, but let's see what happens right now. Mystrii going in for the expansion location again, probably to detect whether there is an expansion or not, because he probably went in there once or twice and did detect that it's already crept out. And scout, that's not a scout, that's Acolyte that's gonna make an expansion up there. Masha now buying a TP. Yeah, Masha bought a TP up there because the TP was already utilized. Expansion coming in for Mystrii, and Masha and Mystrii are not too far away during this particular moment in the game, as Mystrii creeps out this orange camp. Now, this is a situation in a 4-player map like this where you have plus level. Your first hero is already plus level 3. And you want to get experience for everything, you want to get some gold and good items and everything, but the thing is, your side of the map is nearly creeped out. So what do you do in this situation? As we saw Mystrii go here first, then he tried to go here as well, which I also did say that maybe Mystrii just went there to detect the expansion. But yeah, so you do have this situation right now. So the left side of the map, basically both of the players spawned on the left side. It's kind of completely crept out, and there are very few creep cans remaining between Masha and Mystrii's base. And Crypt Lord for Masha, and it's surrounded. There was no reason to lose it, to be frankly honest. I guess she was concentrating on the attack. That's really bad for Masha. Mystrii is on the assault, dealing heavy damage. That Tomb of Relic will be taken out, and then Mystrii will back out lightly. There goes a nice Frost Nova. Got in the attack on a few units over there. Howl of Terror by the Pit Lord. Frost Nova on the Death Knight. Silence! Okay, so Masha got a pretty good item there, Staff of Silence. Using silence on those heroes only will silence them for a couple of seconds, but those couple of seconds can be super useful, especially when you're trying to take out an undead unit and your death coil, the death coil will not be there to save it. There is a shade over here from Mawa, or Masha, sorry. More ghouls dying, and Dark Ritual being used, of course, that replenishes mana for the Lich. Both Liches have Dark Ritual, by the way. Masha is losing a lot of units. There's an Abomination on the field. Can this be the game changer? Not quite. She definitely needs more number of units before she can do anything, and the level, they're leveling up. All the heroes for Mystrii are leveling up. Lich is level 4. Death Knight is level 3, Pitlord is level 2, a silence, 1, 2, 3, 4, Abomination down, 5, 6, 7, 7. So it's like around 7 seconds for the heroes, and uh-oh, Cryptlord is weak, Cryptlord's gonna be saved with the Death Coil. Now the thing is that Masha is actually fighting a bit towards the outer end of the base. You do have the Black Citadel in range, but it would be good if you can pull the enemy a bit more in and get that Nerubian tower to hit something as well. Pressuring your enemy a bit more, and oh no, you're fighting outside the base. You just lost your Cryptlord. That was very bad, very bad indeed. Mystrii is now breaking up Keep. He has the expansion. He can afford to break up Keep right now. That's good enough for him. Slaughterhouse now training a few Abomination. Oh, a Boneyard. So Masha actually managed to sneak in a Boneyard at the backside of her base. She gonna make some Frostworms. Is that even gonna work out actually against an army with this kind of a DPS? Because the thing is, Frostworms against webbing spiders, fiends, it's not that intimidating actually if you look at it that way. Cryptlord once again back into the fight. This was the second time it was revived, and Howl of Terror, that spike Q, Staff of Silence, one fiend gets taken out by Masha, and ooh, that was a nice death coil to save that fiend, save that Cryptlord on time. Now I'm going to stay in the base, heal up the units. There is a shade though right behind Mystrii that kind of gives away Masha's location, Mystrii's location to Masha all the time. Okay, Masha has set up this expansion, although it's not completely saturated yet. There were no extra acolytes being trained in the base. May have been a good decision to not let your enemy know about it, but then again, you definitely want your expansion saturated as soon as possible. So Mystrii has one expansion which Masha is not aware of right now, but okay, now she is. Now she's definitely aware of this expansion. And Asha has an expansion which Mystrii is not aware about. So now both of the players going to go back to doing their creeping and stuff. Mystrii is currently sitting at a 66 food army. That is a lot. That is super lot. Having a very good set of items on all of the heroes. Like if you look at the Lich, this is a good set. Can be better of course, but it's a good set. Rune Bracer, super good. It's an amazing item. Rune Bracer is there for both of the heroes though. Both of the Death Knights in the game have a Rune Bracer, and this Death Knight even has a Khadgar Gem of Health that gives you extra HP, 300. That actually kind of confuses me. So what's the one that gives you mana? Pendant of Mana, I guess so. Uh-oh, Slaughterhouse being trained, but that Slaughterhouse will be taken out over here. Fiends coming in, a nice little Nova. Should use that spike attack Q. No, not using it. Maybe it's under the cooldown. No, it isn't. We can see over here on the Warcraft W3 booster thing. It's not under cooldown. Now it is. Masha will have another Nova very ready in a moment. Howl of Terror. Did not get all of it though. Staff of Silence. One fiend getting picked off. I guess now it doesn't have enough mana to do the spike attack. This is a really bad situation for Masha. He's having, I mean, this is definitely not a 48 food army. He's training a couple of units back at the base. That's increasing the food count over here. And if you look at Mystrii, Mystrii is currently holding a 70 on food worth army, and also had an Abomination on the field. Oh, Abomination heading in. Death Coil coming in to save that fiend. But it eventually gets picked off nonetheless. Masha now breaking up keep finally. I like what Masha is doing though. What she basically just did right now is just stall time for Mystrii. Just made Mystrii run around the bush, and that kind of gave her some time to remake the army. And what's she making? A Frostworm? I don't know if the Frostworm is going to be super useful in this kind of fight. There are a lot of fiends over there, and the DPS on the heroes is like super strong. And finally, having 2 Nerubian towers over there. Those 2 Nerubian towers are going to be super useful in trying to defend the base. Masha now below the hill, coming up the hill now. Engaging, disengaging. Crypt Lord is super weak. Crypt Lord definitely needs level 2 right now. Needs to kill a skeleton or something, get to level 2. Like a skeleton warrior or something. Like just need to kill one small little unit. That'll give level 2 for the Crypt Lord. Black Citadel being repaired by those workers. Mystrii is very persistent. Q spike attack by the Crypt Lord. Staff of Silence. A lot of pressure on that Crypt Lord. Crypt Lord is being the tank in this fight. But I'm not sure if the Crypt Lord is better or the Pit Lord is better. The Crypt Lord, okay, the Crypt Lord actually has Parrot of Vitality. That's why it actually has nearly as much as HP as the Pit Lord. But the Pit Lord is currently level 3 and has a Rings of Protection plus 3 plus the 2 armor coming in from the Devotion Aura plus, of course, the attack bonus. So, you know, it's a really dangerous Pit Lord. And it has Cleave. So it does AoE. Once again, that Crypt Lord being targeted. Masha just wants 1 unit. Whoa. 1 unit did die, but I guess that unit was denied to Masha. Mystrii just killed his own unit or something, or just used Dark Ritual on it. Finally killing 1 unit. This is the first unit Masha killed in a very long time. Getting the Crypt Lord to level 2 and getting the passive. Now finally going after some fiends. More fiends dying for Masha. Lich at level 4 for Masha. Masha is fighting outside her base. She should go towards the inner side, use those buildings, and there are meat wagons. Oh man, this is looking really bad. This is practically over for Masha right now. Practically. More heroes dying, more units dying, and the main building is taken out. This is GG. Extending this any longer is not really gonna help out much. Lich taken out. Dead Knight going towards the backside of the base. It'll sustain for some time, but well, main gold mine is out. I'm not sure if Masha is aware. Okay, Masha is aware of the gold mine. He did detect that, but yeah, so technically, yeah, there's no excuse of thinking that your enemy doesn't have a gold mine. Masha now TPing away with the Death Knight towards the expansion. It's not exactly gonna work out though. Where's the Frostworm? A Frostworm was trained at one point of the game. I think I just did not look over it. Frostworm was made and then webbed and killed like instantaneously, and that gave a chunk of experience to Mystrii. Mystrii not going in towards the south, and ooh, Masha Masha attempted an expansion over here, and after the Blight came in, yeah, I remember this part. The Blight came in, and Mystrii actually came in with his acolytes and put down like 2 ziggurats. After that, started upgrading them. That's when Masha knew that okay, this expansion is hopeless now. Masha now trying to set up an expansion over here. Mystrii is unaware of that, but this is technically an over game right now. Mystrii is almost about to reach the high upkeep limit. He is just, you know, just at the border of high upkeep right now. And Masha just, I mean, 26 food of an army, that's like majority of it is just workers, your ghouls and stuff. There we go. GG by Masha. Well, hope you guys enjoyed this game, and do want to cast another one. Let me check that up. Otherwise, thank you for watching, and stay tuned for game number 2. Most likely I'm gonna be making it in one video. Alright, GNL format is that way. I have to make it in one video. Let me check. There are 3 games though. Alright then, next game will be between Masha and Mystrii on Echo Isle, and for whatever reason Warcraft booster hasn't popped up. Come on, booster! Okay, it's coming. It's slowly coming. I can see an Echo Isle over here. Mystrii on the right, Masha on the left, and still not in. Nope. It's not even coming on the encoder. So anyways, the game is going in, and ooh, Mawa this time going for a rather annoying strategy, sending the ghoul out, the initial ghoul that you get as an undead player, 3 acolyte and 1 ghoul, sending out the ghoul for harassment, and it goes after the ghoul of Mystrii right away. The reason being is that, well, if you land the first hit, then Mystrii will be forced to pull up some acolytes, as he has done. It's not going to be super catastrophic, but the thing is, it's going to be super annoying. And since this is also blight on the other undead player's base, the ghoul is regenerating on this. Now backing out a bit. So at this point, Masha did manage to, I mean, not delay anything, but like super annoy Mystrii by now. We got a Lich coming in for Mystrii this time as well, and Masha went for a rather different opening from what I see. It was Crypt first and Necropolis being put up at the front of the base. So Masha went for Necropolis in the front of the base. So the thing over here is that why do people go for the strategy? There are more than one reason though. The cigarettes cost you wood. Necropolis doesn't. It's a higher gold investment, of course, but you get 10 food, and you don't have to invest any lumber, so you can use that lumber for other purposes. I think the undead players tend to fast check to tier 2 with that, or sometimes they go for other things. And okay, the Warcraft booster is technically up, as we can see a Lich on the right side over here for Mystrii. We got Death Knight coming in for Masha, which is a bit late since Masha went for the Crypt build. Put down the Crypt first. Graveyard and Ziggurat coming at the backside of the base. Lich is ready for Mystrii, and I'm not sure if Masha is aware of this Lich though, because that was rather an important information actually. I should have covered that up. Anyways, Mystrii now will be creeping this camp rather easily. Will be done using a Frost Nova to kill those troll warriors. 2 of the ghouls are ensnared. Gonna put them back on the blight, heal them up. Perhaps use a ritual dagger with skeleton warriors. Are there skeletons? Well, there are no corpses apart from the troll, the creep corpses, so you can utilize those as well with the ritual dagger if you want to. Otherwise, just heal the old-fashioned way by staying on light. Masha done creeping on her side of the map, on the same camp, and it appears that Masha is going in for a heavy ghoul rush. And what do you have here? A rather annoying acolyte over here trying to... Yikes. That happens a couple of times actually. I believe you guys were hearing static. I started hearing some static. I'd have to keep my phone away from my PC for whatever reason. So anyways, we got Masha coming in. Went in there to get some skeleton warriors from those corpses, and now going to go in, be super annoying. This is gonna be super harassment, going right after the ghouls, actually not even like completely ignoring those acolytes. But my perception is that I think he would have been able to kill at least 2 acolytes if these many hits were landed. And oh, nicely done, getting the hero to level 2 right now. The Lich for Mystrii is already level 2 though, and we can't see their spell, sadly. Warcraft booster isn't functioning very well. Finally, Masha going after the acolytes, but will Mystrii lose any acolytes? No. Masha forced to TP back, and I guess she got like 1 or 2 ghouls, and that was just it. I mean, kind of a waste of that TP. The push was good. Mystrii was close by to the base to come back and defend it, but going after the acolytes initially with that many ghouls would have definitely served a better purpose. Looking at that, the enemy player, Mystrii, was already going for tier 2, the Hall of Dead. So as soon as you kill the acolytes, and if you do successfully manage to kill the acolytes, Mystrii can't train them until he gets to tier 2. There's no gold. Not no gold, the gold income is slower, and you can actually cripple your enemy really good with that, because once you get to tier 2 you need like a huge investment for your second hero. That's like 400 to get around 400 gold, and you need a huge investment to get your tomb of tomb, it's a slaughterhouse ready and stuff. Excuse me, Masha almost got surrounded over there with that Death Knight. Ghouls and skeleton warriors now trying to surround each other, attack each other. Over here, Masha has the only advantage that Masha has in this fight is the Unholy Aura and the use of Death Coil, but that is just it. Lich, as we can see, is definitely doing a better job over here, and Mystrii gonna creep out Masha's expansion right now. This is something that a lot of players are doing a lot these days. You can observe. You gotta circle it for that. That's a nice item. 2 circlets, Rod of Necromancy. Well, Masha is having just Claws of Attack and the Rod of Necromancy, of course. Coming back to the base, did not pick up anything much. We got tier 2 coming in. I mean, tier 2 is super late right now. Your Hollow Dead is already ready for the enemy. Second hero is coming, and you only just begun going to tier 2. Tier 2 is super late, and your initial push was basically crippled with the Frost Novas. You couldn't really get any value out of it. And Mystrii is going after more camps after creeping out the expansion of Masha. Now he is clearing out his own expansion. He could go for... well, he probably wouldn't go for any more creeping unless and until he wants to level up to the second hero, which is the Death Knight in this case. Death Knight nearing level 3 over here. Lich is out, and Lich is also on the field, going to be creeping with Death Knight. They're going to be leveling up together, but now the thing is, your Death Knight's level 3 is going to be a bit late. Is it gonna be enough? It's not enough. Okay, so even for that last creep, the Lich just backed out just a bit, Masha would have had a level 3 Death Knight right now. So that would have been like huge for any player in that kind of a situation. Mystrii now going to creep this Goblin Merchant camp, pull them out, attack the big guy, snipe him down. Slaughterhouse coming in at the back side of the base. There's a nice little goal line set up over here.
A player's forces are under attack.
Send my screen flying for some reason. Masha finally hitting level 3 on that Death Knight, and at this point now should back out with the Death Knight, because this camp actually gives you a good amount of experience, and it's not like the most difficult camp to creep. This particular Murloc camp, it's actually pretty useful. Lich is gonna hit level 2 either ways, so that's good. Now the thing is, Masha is going for an expansion here. Mystrii is coming in. Mystrii detects it. Scout Acolyte going to run for its life, and it's gonna get Frost Nova to death anyways. Masha is actually taking a really rather risky step right now to creep this camp out. If I was in this phase, I would be backing out right away because of what I just saw over there. I saw the entirety of the army of Mystrii, and you don't want to get jacked in this situation. No TP, and Death Knight bites the dust. This was very bad. This was very bad for Masha, and right now Mystrii just picked up the pieces from that creep camp, and surround on that crypt fiend rather. This is a crypt fiend. I just have a few friends that refer to units with some other name or half of the name. That is why I tend to just pronounce things wrong these days. Got a few skeleton warriors, some ghouls being picked up in the front line, but they're expendable. Obsidian statue and fiend making their way towards Mystrii's army. Lich is nearing level 4 I mean. The skeleton warrior, if they just target it down, Lich will be level 4, and nice kill over there with the Frost Nova. Death Knight nearing level 3. More ghouls being picked off. There is a Banshee on the field. It appears that she's going to use some curses, and Abomination on the field, but it's of no use because she's not using it. Okay, Masha actually went for a pretty quick Black Citadel actually. Looking at that, her teching was actually delayed, and the T2 was delayed. Looking at that, the T3, I would say that that was completed like super quickly. Tried to go after that fiend using the Abomination, but had to retreat out. Banshee being picked off. Didn't manage to curse too many units. It's rather arguable as to the use of Banshees versus an army comprising of Obsidian statues and destroyers. Sure, you can use your anti-magic shell, that's kind of useful, but you only get that a bit later on after the upgrade and stuff. Possession, of course, that's super useful, but we don't really get to see that. And a boneyard being put down for Mystrii. Seems like Mystrii is going to return the favor to Masha from game number 1, and more Banshees being trained and some big beefy guys. The Abominations being trained by Masha. I think good stack of items though, but did not rebuy the TP. I definitely want to rebuy the TP. Gives you two benefits basically. Yeah, it gives you two benefits. You can go back to your base at any time from any place of the map with your entire army. Plus, in case your enemy is trying to target your hero, you can TP back to your base. So, what Masha is currently going for is a super beefy unit, which is the Abomination, with the combination of Banshees, which will cast anti-magic shell and the what is that called, curse, which kinda reduces the chances of attacks hitting, which basically it reduces accuracy of the enemy units, is what the curse does. And yeah, so that's kind of like sand attack from Pokemon, if you guys know what I mean. Both armies are pretty near to each other. They may meet each other. I don't think any of them has a shade on each other's tail to know what was going on around. Maybe they detected each other, or one of them detected the other using a scout skeleton warrior, which we did not see. And Mystrii does have a sentry ward. I did not see that. And there's no other sentry ward here. So does Mystrii have a sentry ward planted somewhere? I guess he does. Masha trying to expand up here, and Mystrii is going to intercept. Anti-magic shell on the Death Knight and going to heal away that abomination, but it still gets picked off. Should have backed it out a bit though. Abominations are pretty strong, and Frost Nova and that fiend goes down. A few more fiends being targeted. Destroyers on the field. Potion of lesser invulnerability, and Mystrii will be able to escape this situation rather easily. I think there's a sentry ward somewhere here. Mystrii placed a sentry ward here, so he has another charge. He definitely used it somewhere around the expansion to know exactly when Masha would try to expand, and he can go there in and intercept her. They're around the bush. Uh-oh, Frostworm on the field. Masha has to be super careful right now. The Frostworm can deal so much damage. Uh-oh! Trying to go after the Banshees. Now trying to target the Lich. Lich is taken out. This is so bad. Masha actually went for the Crypt Lord again, sorry. And uh-oh. Hero for the Death Knight for Mystrii was super low. We had a TP pass from the Lich and then used TP to go back. So Mystrii did lose the Frostworm in that fight though, which would definitely must have proved a big addition to Masha's heroes. Although I think just 2 heroes. I don't think the Lich got the better end of that since the Lich already died. Death Knight now reaching level 4, level 2 Unholy Aura. Gonna be good. Crypt Lord having a Staff of Rod of Necromancy and Sacrificial Skull to fight on Blight. And yeah, so basically Mystrii sees this. Mystrii can see Masha going back to her expansion, and he has another Frostworm ready. Another one is being trained, and we're gonna have to click on these. Mystrii currently having a 61 food supply army without any expansion. Masha has an expansion which is not completely set up yet, but she's currently sitting at 46 worth food army, which is definitely not going to win against that big of an army, especially with the Frostworm. There is a shade on the back of Mystrii. Now a shade on the back of Masha. Uh-oh. Banshee being targeted, Banshee being death coiled, but the Frostworm's damage was too much. It was too much to handle, and that happened. Shade being picked off. One shade can see another shade. Acolyth, which was being trained from the main base towards the expansion, was probably rallied over there, got picked off. Spike attack. Another hit on the upgrading Ziggurat. There are 2 upgrading Ziggurats though. Death coil on that Crypt Lord. Masha is doing rather well actually, despite of having lower number of units, managing to pull Mystrii off of that area, but you definitely want to fight in there. Obsidian statues being left behind by Mystrii. This is not looking good. Anti-magic shell, but still get picked off by the DPS. Uh-oh. Frostworm just looks terrifying right now against the army. I'm not even sure if Masha has web or not. Potion of lesser invulnerability being popped by Masha's no, that's Mystrii's Death Knight. Pit Lord will die. I mean to say Crypt Lord will die. A second Frostworm, and people would say that it's too early to say, but I would just call the game right now because this is too much damage. You're losing heroes. Your enemy currently has a level 5 Lich, 2 claws, 1 Orb of Corruption. That's way too much damage. Single hit. Like, just select all of your army and right click on one thing with everything. That, I mean, so what they're doing is basically 2-shotting fiends. So that's actually a lot. So if the army can basically 2-shot fiends, that's a lot. Let's see how many shots do they need to take out an abomination. 3, 4, around 4 or 5. And that too, both of the Frostworms were not attacking it. And I'm not sure about the Frost Novas either. And Lich gets picked off. So this game is practically over right now. DK being picked off. Masha has the expansion, but there's really little to what she can do with it. And Frostworm getting their upgrade. that freezes the buildings and disables them whenever the Frostworm attacks. And ooh, a Frostworm being sacrificed for the Dark Ritual by Mystrii. Lich is almost level 6. I don't think we'll be seeing Death and Decay action over here though. More fiends being picked off. There are no heroes alive for Masha right now. Abomination being taken out, and that's just the thing. Mystrii has an army, Masha doesn't. And while the expansion is up, set and going, Spirit Towers are up, and why is Mystrii going towards the expansion right now? If I was there, I would just go in and kill the Acolytes of the main base or something. Maybe attack the Necropolis. But I guess that's not what Mystrii's plan is. Main gold mine is about to expire, I guess. 2,000 gold, that is a lot actually. A lot of this is still left. Spirit Tower being targeted, and Death Knight stationed right behind the army. Will use Death Coil on anything that gets weak. Still has one Death Coil in the tank, and is not too far away from level 5. Level 5 Death Knight is super dangerous. Doesn't even have to use Death Coil. Just back out the Fiend, use Burrow. Frost Nova on that Acolyte, and level 5 Death Knight. So you had level 5 hero, and it's not gonna work out this way. Don't have any Frost Worms though, but you have some. You have one in the training. Expansion will be picked off, and currently Masha is behind in terms of heroes, in terms of units. And your big investment that you put up into making that expansion and upgrading your Spirit Towers is also down the drain now. Well, Mystrii has an expansion coming up. So this base gets picked off. And now Mystrii going in to seal the deal. Masha does have a number of units there, but that's definitely not going to be enough to what Mystrii has. Level 5 Lich. I mean, look at that damage. The Frost Novas are going to be super effective over here. Lich is almost level 6. There we go. Level 6 on the Lich. Crypt Lord is back, but not going to be a super avail over here. It's going in toward the fight, but that's actually rather dangerous. Shouldn't be doing that way at least. Frostworm being targeted, but here's the good thing about the Frostworm. I mean, you're just using it as a tank right now. Yeah, just let it go in the front, let it take damage, death coil it, and use everything else to just deal damage. And of course, the Frostworm is also dealing damage during that same time. Once again, a death coil to save that Crypt Lord. Destroy on the field, but Death Knight for Masha goes down, Crypt Lord goes down, and GG. Well, that was a wonderful series, and that is over now. Hope you guys enjoyed it. Thank you for watching, and we shall end it with the gym ending screen here. Subscribe for more, and you guys can also check out my YouTube channel, my Twitch streams, links in the description below. I will be doing them, I'll be mentioning the time and everything in there. Okay then, that would be all then. Bye for now.